Sugar Ray, Ali, Joe Frazier, don't stop me. He think he Holyfield. Iron Mike, 4/5, let him feel what the iron like. I think I'm Mayweather, back out, streaming money in the bank, pulling stacks out. I think I'm Cotto, Shane Mosley, slow death, anyone who holds me.
But again, we're talking about a guy in his first pro boxing fight here in round 10 against Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather landing the right hands now at will and tags McGregor again. Floyd Mayweather has McGregor on the ropes, literally and figuratively. How is the notorious one still standing?
That's it.
Oh, Robert Byrd has stopped the fight. But what a night it has been here in Las Vegas. I say the money fight delivered it.
Fight fans, welcome back. We're about to cover Mac. You know, it was a pretty entertaining fight, but I gotta get this off my chest right here, right now. I'm so tired of professional fighters, whether it's boxers or mixed martial artists, okay, being prepared to go the distance and making sure that you make weight. That's your responsibility, okay? I'm tired of fighters using I gassed out as an excuse. Okay, if you remember during the media workout, McGregor said that he's prepared to go 12 3-minute rounds. He's gonna break this old man. That's what he said. There's ways that you can win the fight, okay? Your ring IQ, your reach advantage, being a big puncher, having heart, being well conditioned. Those are ways that you can win a fight, okay? Taking a fighter to the late rounds and gassing them out is a strategy that fighters use. So why are MMA fans, Conor McGregor fans, and even Conor McGregor using this as an excuse?
I think they're just trying to find some kind of silver lining in it. Just listening to fans after the fight, listening to Conor himself. I mean, he uses it as an excuse as if, you know, if he trained harder and he had the stamina, that he would have won the fight. When he was taking clean shots, he was starting to break down. And it could be due to him being tired. But in the fourth round, once Floyd started turning it up and he was hitting them, I mean, those shots were taking their effect on him. You know, he could have trained to go 15 rounds. But once you start getting hit, it's a different story. You know, that the body isn't going to want to do what the mind tells it to do after taking so many shots. And Floyd started going to the body pretty much in the fourth rounds when he started like really, you know, going to the body, going to the head, mixing it up, and eventually those shots just took their toll. They accumulated, and even though Conor says he wasn't fast and he wasn't strong at all, you keep getting hit over and over and over again, it's going to take its toll on you, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so is that a legitimate excuse for a fighter to use? I gassed out, I overtrained. Are those legitimate excuses?
No, you're supposed to be training. You're supposed to, if you're a top athlete in your prime, he's 28, 29, he just turned 29 before the fight. But in his prime, he shouldn't be gassing out like that.
McGregor was so comfortable with admitting that he gassed out. You should be ashamed to admit that.
Well, you look at him after the presser, he's over there drinking whiskey, and Floyd's looking at him like, if you want to be, you know, a top athlete, hey, you got to treat your body right for those 5 years. No, 5 years, make your money, and then drink yourself to death after.
You know what? This is what I got to say. Maybe rehydrated north of 170 wasn't a great idea. He was so proud. Oh, I'm going to be much bigger come fight night. I'm going to rehydrate over 170. Like, maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe having all that down muscle mass could be a factor too. The more muscle mass you have, the more oxygen consumption you use during the fight.
Maybe he didn't really think it was ever going to go that deep. He really, maybe in his mind, he really thought he could end it for him. I mean, look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, later on, you know, after he got out of jail and he came back and he won the title again, they said he got lazy with training because he thought all his fights he was going to be able to end them early. And then what was his big thing? By the time the fourth round came around, he was already gassed out. He started getting hit, and it was over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and maybe in his mind he was that confident that he was going to bring that power to boxing, and he was going to end it early. You know, Floyd wasn't going to be able to take his power. Yeah, he's going to outweigh him by 20, 25 pounds the day of the fight, and he feels like I'm going to be able to overpower him.
All right. It was a huge size difference. When you go to Robert Byrd, was his name, the referee?
Yeah, Robert Byrd.
Okay, when Robert Byrd was giving his fighter instructions,
the over the top instructions, he was that was the longest instructions I've ever heard. You know, usually they do that in the back.
I never seen a referee turn to one fighter and just give him a fucking lecture. Like he sunned McGregor.
Yeah,
you know, I'm pretty sure McGregor was sad. Like,
yeah, I was just like, hurry up! I want this fight to start.
All right, but you see how Floyd went up against a monster Saturday night.
No, McGregor. I mean, during the press the press tour, and the press conference, I mean, you could see McGregor was a little bit bigger than Floyd, but then the night of the fight, right there in the middle of the ring, that size difference just stood out. I was like, he's huge. He looks huge.
One camera angle that stood out to me is like when you're watching your TV and Floyd back is to you, but you see McGregor's torso and his face. That's just a huge size difference. I'm like, wow.
Not only that, it's just you can see his reach. It was so long, and then I always think the white gloves. I don't know if it's a trick on the eyes, but they look like they're like 10 times bigger for some reason. Like the white gloves look huge. Even when Floyd wears them, and when he wears white gloves just look huge.
Just how he was able to extend and hold out his right hand as a range distance. You know, it was crazy. But overall, how entertaining was the fight?
No, it was entertaining. It was. We had people here going crazy. We had a little fight party, and everybody was going nuts. I mean, there's a lot of nervousness in the first 3 rounds when Floyd wasn't throwing, and I was like, "What's going on?" Like I could feel like my heart was beating kind of fast. So I was like, "What's going on here?" You know, what's Floyd doing? Floyd's over here getting in scuffles, but he's not punching back. He's covering up. And then he got the uppercut. McGregor landed an uppercut early in the fight, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Okay, but in all that, the first 3 rounds, Floyd was never hurt. It was okay. It was okay. You just never seen him be so calculated with his punches. So I understand how nervous you was, but I was like, okay, watching the fight, I'm like, Floyd's going to have trouble dealing with his reach and how big McGregor is. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, how is Floyd going to work this and try to, because he's going to have to try to get inside. So that's what I was more nervous about.
But when he got hit with the uppercut, I think he felt like, oh, I felt this power before.
Yeah, he wasn't fazed at all.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was a sign that, Floyd's getting up there in age. I don't think that uppercut would have landed 6-7 years ago.
Right.
But and that comes with the being off 2 years.
One thing that I thought was bullshit during this whole press run was Floyd saying, "Oh, I'm gonna back him down. I'm gonna back him down. I'm gonna back him down." Man, Floyd lived up to his promise. He promised the fans that he's gonna make up to the Pacquiao fight, and he did. He backed McGregor down from the 4th to the 10th round.
He backed the big man up the whole, When he started punching, and he was he just starts punching, he put those earphones on, put that head in his chest, and he walked McGregor down. And then after the fight, McGregor said, "I didn't train for this. I didn't train for him to put the head right in the chest and then just walk him down the whole night." And then you could see whenever Robert Byrd separated them, the first step Floyd took after he separated him was forward. And he came back.
Didn't bother the jab, just bulldoze him. McGregor, he actually admitted that he has to work on that. He said that was the hardest thing to deal with, was having somebody inside of his chest. and he said he needs to work on his inside game. McGregor was very, very, very complimentary of Floyd after the fight. He said that he was tough.
Except for him saying that he's not that fast and he's not that powerful. Then saying like, oh, I should have kept going. I mean, I'm from a sport where they bash the heads in, and he was just
bounce heads off the canvas and all that.
You know, trying to say it. He could have kept going, but I mean, he should have been thankful that the ref stopped that fight, because he would have been in the front row if he didn't stop that fight.
Yeah,
Floyd was landing it, and that next punch was coming straight down. You know what,
dude? Like, when Bird stopped the fight, McGregor was like damn near outside of the ropes. I would like to see the fight go on just so we can see McGregor on his ass or stomach, wherever it may be. It was coming eventually. It was coming. And I guarantee you, if we would have seen that, then everybody would have been on Robert Bird's head like, oh, he let it go on for too long. I fucking hate him. Nobody's ever satisfied when it comes to this.
I think that it was a good stoppage, just to the fact that you don't want to see McGregor become damaged goods. You know, he would have been damaged goods. He's going to take that many clean shots to the head, and he stopped punching for the last minute. Didn't
Dana White say that was a good stoppage?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't see McGregor complaining about the stoppage when it happened.
Nah, he complained after. You know what? I guarantee if we would have I'm talking about not hindsight, not after the fight, during the actual punishment and the accumulation of punches, if you would have been right there ringside next to McGregor's wife and say, oh, what do you think right now? I guarantee she said, oh, I want it to be stopped. You know, everybody can say whatever after the fight.
I don't know what the corner said. They never asked that, you know, what the corner thought. Usually they'll ask like the trainer or something. You haven't heard much of the corner throughout the build-up of the fight either. Yeah, just here, a little here and there when they flew the guy in front on a all access.
Floyd Senior's been very vocal, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice just to hear what the corner said. The corner felt like it was a good stop. They were ready to stop it, because you could see that it was coming. Like you could see that fight was about to end, because McGregor was falling all over the place. Floyd hit him with that baptizing shot, snapped his head back, and he had to hold on for dear life so he didn't fall. And then that last shot where Robert Byrd jumped in, that was coming straight down. Floyd was going to hit him, crack him right on the side of the head, and he was going down. So to save that picture that would be there forever during this fight, of him being on the ground, of him getting knocked down, I mean, Robert Byrd saved all that.
All right,
and then now McGregor has some marketing for the rematch. You never knocked me down.
Were you impressed with Connor's performance? What did you think?
I mean, he was using the jab, so he kept his distance. I figured it was going to be a tough fight. I thought it was going to go 7 rounds, because I thought, you know, Floyd was going to, you know, take a round to figure him out and then start going to work. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but that was because Floyd, was giving him so many, you know, still trying to use a strategy for the first 3 rounds. You know, he came in there with the strategy to have this guy give his best shots early, take him into deep waters,
right,
and then drown him. As I said, a crocodile kills a zebra. A crocodile doesn't go and snap the zebra and kill him on the shore. No, he grabs him, pulls him down to the bottom of the river, drowns the boy, and that's what Floyd did. Floyd drowned that boy. He took him to deep waters and he couldn't swim.
So what is all this talk about Connor's power, that he's a powerful puncher?
Hey, what Malignaggi said. Malignaggi said that after the fight, Malignaggi said, I was telling you the truth.
Right.
He has some pop, but it's nothing like mind-blowing.
Right.
You know, coming to boxing, and that's what it looked like, you know. Floyd never was hurt.
He said like the Amir guy had crazy power, but he said McGregor power was nothing like that.
It was a solid punch. Like, you feel his punch, and I mean, I didn't see Floyd really say anything about his power. There were no real interviews about it.
No, I heard Floyd did mention his power. He said that it's nothing like Cotto and Canelo. He said it was decent. He said, but it was nothing like. He said he faced bigger punchers, so he gave him like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah. So, I mean, Does he have a future in boxing? I mean, it's going to be hard going from $30 million guaranteed to having, pretty much going to make like about $100 million for this fight.
I'd like to see Conor fight at least one more time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard going from $100 million back to making $3 million
right
in UFC.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he's going to be able to do that. And now does this open the floodgates for more, UFC guys coming over?
Did the fight live up to the hype? Like the build?
I think it surpassed it.
Surpassed it?
It surpassed it because it was an exciting fight. I mean, that whole event. I mean, if you look at all the big fights that for the last, let's say, 15 years. Okay, right. You got Mayweather De La Hoya. It was a good fight, a good event. But then you have Mayweather Canelo. The fight was okay, but people were complaining because it went to a decision. They said Mayweather was running. Mayweather Pacquiao. Nah. I mean, it was what we expected.
Let's just talk about 2017.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1A, 1B compared to AJ, Anthony Joshua, and Klitschko. I mean, that was a very exciting fight, and I gotta put Maymack right there. I don't know if it.
I think the event was it was just made it better because it was so much bigger.
So if you had to do your fight of the year vote right now, and it was between Anthony Joshua and Klitschko and Maymack, who wins?
I would say that Anthony Joshua Klitschko was the fight of the year since they both got hurt. They both were rocked. Both were down. But the event of the year is going to be this fight.
They don't have that. That's not an award.
No, but that's what it is, though. It's the event of the year. It's the event of pretty much of all boxing. It was the big the event. The event lived up to the hype. It lived up to how big it was, how it built up, the excitement. I mean, you can't say that fight didn't have you like, damn, this isn't how I had it playing out completely.
Mm-hmm.
But it was everything that we had thought was going to happen. Mayweather was going to win.
I just wish we had numbers in already, like pay-per-view numbers. There's been a rumor that it's been $10 billion lost due to pirating, people streaming illegally. Let's talk about the live gate. Out of 20,000 seats, it sold 14,623. Floyd and Dana White said that it did more than
it broke the attendance record. Not the attendance record, the gate record.
The gate record. Is it official? I haven't really seen evidence of that, but they both
80 mil.
They said, I have it right here in my notes. 80K live gate. I heard Dana White mention it, and I also heard Floyd mention it, but it's not official yet. Do you know if it's official?
They said it was Showtime announced it.
Okay, but you haven't seen anything in black and white yet.
I mean, what else are you gonna see?
I take their word for it, but
we never see anything in black and white.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. For an event like this, hell yeah. How do we know that Pacquiao and Floyd did 72? Because it's in black and white.
Where is it at?
You can go to YouTube and see it. I mean, not YouTube, but you can go to Wikipedia. Go to Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather's Wikipedia, and then it pops up live gate. All right, G. Do you think Conor's a dirty fighter? A lot of rabbit punching and hammer punching.
It was actually kind of upsetting me that Robert Byrd wasn't jumping in there because it looked like every time Conor had Floyd's head down, he'd come down with like a hammer fist.
Right.
He'd come with a hammer fist, and he was getting away with it. He got caught in a couple of them, but it just seemed like every single time they're tied up, it was coming. Mm-hmm. He would throw a punch and he'd drop a hammer fist on him, and then there was a time where he stepped around Mayweather, and then he started just unloading on the back of him, behind him. Yeah. And then you had, Mauro and Paulie arguing and Al Bernstein all yelling at each other on TV because Paulie's trying to tell him that he's, McGregor's stepping around him, and they're like, well, Floyd's turning around, and it was just a big mess. But Conor wasn't as dirty as I thought he was going to be, especially the thing that they said that favored Conor was in the tie-ups. Mm-hmm. When they were tying up, he was going to be able to manhandle Mayweather by being so large. But when they were in those tie-ups, Floyd would throw that elbow into his face, and he would push the glove the glove into his face. And I thought Floyd was able to rough him up too when they were in a clinch.
Yeah,
and I felt like Conor thought that he would be able to rest in those clinches too. And Robert Byrd would break them up really quick. Mm-hmm. And I think that was another thing that didn't work into his favor, because I think in his mind he thought he'd be able to rest up in those clinches and be able to grab. And he wasn't really clinching at all, himself. It was more Floyd coming in.
I think Byrd could have gave him a hard warning and even maybe took a point away. Would that have been extreme?
I think if he would took a point away, though, it would have drove people crazy.
But
yeah.
like let's not talk about how people would have overreacted. Was it warrant a point deduction?
I thought he had enough warnings, and he kept dropping that hammer.
So
because I know it's his nature. It's his nature to drop it. It's just out of habit. But he was dropping it.
If you were the ref Saturday night, what would have you have done?
You would have got a hard warning.
A hard warning.
After
you want a two-way point?
Like two hard warning. It's two warnings, and then after that, a point.
Right.
And I felt that Byrd gave him two hard warnings. But then after that, I don't know if he was missing them or if he was just like, I'm just going to let him go. Because it looked like he was looking straight at McGregor when he was dropping the hammer fist later on in the fight. So I don't know what was up with that, if he was just like, all right, I'm just going to let it go. But I would have taken a point if I was seeing it more than, the two times after the second warning.
Well, okay, would you like to see Floyd fight at least one more time? 51-0, perhaps?
I'm waiting for the Pacquiao-Floyd too. Unfinished business. Pacquiao.
What do you mean unfinished business?
Yeah, but Pacquiao's shoulder was messed up in the first fight.
Oh, okay.
They didn't give him the shot.
No, but if you...
No, I just think that would be
You would
Let's
like
fight
to
again. Let's fight
you
again.
Would like to see that?
Who else is he going to fight?
You would like to see that?
I mean, that's the only name he would be able to fight, unless he's going to fight McGregor again, which I wouldn't mind seeing a McGregor Mayweather too, just because the first fight was so entertaining.
You would like to see Mayweather and Pacquiao fight again?
I don't think there's another name that would get the public that excited for, because Floyd's only going to come back for another 7-figure payday. Who else is going to bring that? It's either going to be Pacquiao, maybe, or McGregor. Who else is going to fight where people are going to go crazy?
Oh man, I honestly don't want to see him fight anybody, but
because I don't think Triple G can come down to 154.
Nah,
I think he's already
talking about moving up to 168.
Yeah, and or Canelo, the winner of that fight. I mean, I don't even.
People would pay to see that.
Yeah, but would Canelo be able to come back down already that he's moved up? Is he going to be able to? And Floyd's not going to be able to go up to 160.
Nah.
So, I mean, who else is he going to fight that's in that range that's going to bring, the eyes to the fight? Where he's going to get $100 million guaranteed and then pay-per-view upside.
So, one word answer, would you like to see Floyd fight again? One word answer, yes or no?
Yeah, I'd like to see him fight again.
Okay.
Well, but I'd always like to see him fight until...
I said one word.
Yeah,
All right, man, that's it.
I always want to see him fight. You don't want to see Floyd fight?
I don't. I think
it's an event.
It is an event, and I enjoy I watch every single Mayweather fight from the Oscar De La Hoya pay-per-view and on. I didn't miss any of them, and I enjoyed each and every one of them. Man, one thing that people not talking about. Hold up, man. Floyd came in the ring fly as fuck, dude. You see his robe, his shorts, his shoes. He was clean. That black and gold was clean. Clean. Did you see that? I don't care about the ski mask.
The ski mask was the best part. The best part is playing the villain role. He was playing the villain role. I thought he was going to come in something with Ireland flag or something like that. I thought it was going to be more like that, how he did with
De La Hoya. Did you think at all that Justin Bieber not walking him out to the ring would have played a part?
There was a lot of weird things happening.
You think Floyd was sad? About
think so.
him and Beaver breakup?
It might have, because I was like, oh man, there was a lot of signs that something bad was going to happen. It was raining in Vegas in the middle of summer, and then Justin Bieber and Floyd break up. I'm like, what's going to happen? Floyd's going to finally lose that
They Beaver
They
unfollowed
unfollowed, yeah.
Floyd. Oh my God. I wonder if Floyd can sleep at night.
And then there's the videos of Paulie, getting roughed up and sparring. I'm like, oh man, is there something we don't know what's going on?
All right, let's talk about that 9th round, man. Skip Bayless been going crazy over this. It appeared that Floyd was hurt in the 9th round. All right, I watched. It happened in the first 10 seconds of the 9th round, and I watched this 10 seconds about 20 times. Okay. Like, just looking at it, he looked hurt. But he got hit with a shot on the belt line. And check this out. Everybody's giving. A lot of people are saying that Conor hurt him to the body. But those same people, when Ward was hitting on the belt line, was saying, oh, he's the fucking dick cracker. He's the nut cracker. So it's a double standard there. Okay, let's just say if it was a legal punch and it wasn't low, Conor shot himself in the foot by wrapping around Mayweather's back and swinging on him from behind. He shot himself in the foot. You don't see boxers do that. His inexperience in the boxing ring killed him.
Yeah. Looking at that from a different camera angle, I think Sky Sports had at Showtime, when they showed it live, the camera was zoomed out and zooming in, and Sky Sports was on there. But looking at it, I still got the same idea. It looked like he clipped him. He hit him right on the belt line, but it clipped his cup, because if you see, Mayweather backed up, and then McGregor Joe jumped on his back, whatever, and Mayweather walks funny with his feet anyway, and I don't know if that's just because he's older and getting he can't feel his legs as well. But you could see Mayweather adjusting his cup after. Right. And then if he did get hurt to the body, how many boxers do you know that recover that quick, getting hurt to the body? What boxer have you seen get hurt to the body and then just continue to walk down and show no signs of anything?
Yeah, he went right back to backing down McGregor if he was hurt to the body. Just remember, Keith Thurman was hurt by...
Keith Thurman was hurt against
Luis Collazo, and like in the 2nd round. And it happened within the first 20 seconds. And Thurman ran and was off his back foot for the whole remaining of, it was like 2 minutes and 40 seconds of him trying to escape the onslaught that Collazo was putting on him.
Yeah, and same thing with the Kovalev when he got hit to the body or to the nuts, whatever, against Ward. He started backing up.
He doubled over.
He started backing up. But before he doubled over, before that, he was starting to back up, and he was backing up.
Right. And another thing, dude. If Conor did hurt Mayweather with a so-called body shot, why would you throw a punch over the referee and hit your opponent? Now that caused the referee to talk to you for another 10, 12 seconds.
I'm just saying there was 2 minutes and 50 seconds pretty much left in that round, or 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in that round. And from when the ref separated them and brought them back together, all the way from that point to the end of that round, Floyd showed no signs of being hurt to the body. And I don't know any fighter that if they were hurt to the body could recover like that and not show any signs. Not trying to cover up or anything. No, he went back to walking down, had his guard up. Didn't have it down low, trying to protect that body, leaving the face open. So, I mean, I think that, the rumors of him being hurt to the body were highly exaggerated by one Skip Bayless and by UFC damage control fans that are in damage control.
Round 2, we're going to discuss Mayweather Undercard. First, we're going to talk about Tank Davis. Man, I was super disappointed with Gervonta Tank Davis. He looked uninterested.
Oh,
Like-
well, he didn't even make weight, and this is the second time in a row. Like he made weight
against,
but not the first
Liam
time.
Walsh.
But not
It
the
don't
first
matter.
time.
He
had to
made
take 2
weight.
hours.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does matter because you get into
Did he
that
make
habit.
the weight?
You get into a habit though.
Did he make weight?
How many times has
Did he
Floyd?
make
How many
weight?
times has Floyd not make weight in the first try?
I'm not talking about Floyd.
I'm
Let's
talking
talk
about- I'm
Tank
talking
Davis.
about I'm talking about boxers.
Let's talk
that are
Tank Davis
the
right
best,
now.
You know,
against Liam Smith or Liam Walsh.
What happened when Adrian Broner stopped making weight the
I'm not
first time?
talking. I'm talking about Tank. I'm not talking about
Well,
Floyd
He
or
didn't
Adrian.
make weight. He didn't make weight.
No.
It's the second time. Now it's becoming a habit.
Okay. Was he stripped of his
Now
belt
it's becoming-
against
yes, he
Walsh?
was. No, he wasn't because he had to
He
come
made
back.
weight, right?
And he had to
He
come
made
back
weight.
to make weight.
Did he make weight?
Once you start showing that,
Did he make weight?
It starts showing.
Did he make weight?
It starts showing. He
Did
didn't
he
make
make
weight the
weight?
first time. This
No.
is the second time
Did
he's
he
done
make
that.
weight?
Back to back.
Yes or no?
He needed 2 hours.
Did he make
And
weight?
he
Yes
needed
or
2
no?
hours.
Yes or no?
Not on the first try.
Did he make weight?
Not on the first try.
Did he make weight for the fight?
Not on the first try.
Did he make weight for the
Not on
fight?
the first try.
Did he make weight?
Not on the first try. He didn't make weight for the first try.
Did he make
He
weight?
didn't make weight for the first try.
So why was he stripped, or why wasn't he his purse deducted? Because he made weight.
He had to come back.
He made weight.
He didn't make weight on the first try. And
Okay.
This is starting to become.
All right,
a
so
routine
check
for
this
him.
out. So in Gervonta Tank Davis' career, how many times has he missed weight?
That's just 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. Back to back. What happened when Adrian Broner stopped making weight the first time? Then it started becoming a routine. Then it becomes I can't make weight anymore. Then it's I got to go to 147. Now I got to come back to 140 because I can't beat nobody in 147. If he wants to be a champ, he better stay at that weight division because Gervonta Davis is a midget. He's 5'5". He's not going to be able to move up to another weight class with longer reach trying to get inside.
Did he make weight?
He didn't make weight. He ain't a champ anymore.
He made weight against Liam Walsh. Okay, he made weight. I don't care if it was the first or the second attempt. He made weight because you do get 2 hours to go do your thing. If you don't, I understand your point. As a fighter, you should be on your game and it shouldn't take you 2 attempts. I feel you, but it does count that he made weight. No. You had your time, bro.
Protege.
You had your time.
This is the second Mayweather protege. Is it going to happen again?
Man,
is
fuck
it. Is he going to be Adrian
Fuck
Broner
it.
Jr.?
Fuck the weight. I was unimpressed. He was hit too much. This guy Francesca, whatever his name is, he was game. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing this guy fight another time. I didn't like Lomachenko would beat the shit out of Tank if he's gonna perform like that. You know, Mikey Garcia would beat the shit out of Tank Davis because he's gonna have to go up to 135. One thing I did like about Tank, he owned up to it. He said there's no excuses, I should make weight. And then he made a promise to his fans that he will go back and get his belt at 130. I don't know. He had trouble. I guess his first title defense out there in the UK, and he didn't make weight. Saturday, he was 2 pounds over. He's gonna have to move to 135. He's gonna have to move. He's only 19.
No, he's 22.
He's okay. He's my
22.
fault. He's 22 years old. He's gonna have to move to 135, and I don't see him competing. Robert Easter, he'll just.
From the outside, Robert
From the
Easter.
outside, he'll just. But Robert Easter,
He
I don't
fights.
know.
He kind of fights. He doesn't use his reach
he
to
don't
his
really
advantage.
Use his reach because his last fight, he let what's his name get all inside and give him a tough fight. When the first 2 rounds, Robert Easter just outboxed him and looked well.
Yeah, Gervonta, he can't. Yeah, I don't think it's in his best interest for him to move up just because of his size.
Right.
He does have, a good reach, 6'9" inch reach, but he's a really short guy.
All right, now let's switch to the fight of the night, or in the run for fight of the night. Badou Jack looked great, man. He was tagging that body. He stayed busy. He stayed very busy with his hands. Just overpower cleverly. Just overpowered him.
He beat him into retirement.
Yeah, he
cleverly retired after the fight.
I love how Badou Jack dictated the pace. That was his fight from the beginning. He dictated everything. Okay. It looks like he was having fun in there, dude. You see how much fun he was having?
Yeah,
he was tagging cleverly at will. Okay.
And the thing is that he went out there. It looked like, he seized the moment. He knew the audience was watching. I mean, they might not have been in the arena yet. Uh-huh. The arena was still filling up. It was like, maybe like 5,000 people were probably in the arena at that time. But he knew the eyes were there from watching it around the world because everybody was tuned into this fight. And he knew that, and he went there and he seized the advantage. It wasn't like like Tank Davis's performance. No, Badou Jack went in there and he ended that night early. He took out cleverly when he seen the chance, and he just made his name just move up, in the eyes of casual boxing.
Cleverly didn't offer much resistance after the second round. The first 2 rounds was highly competitive, but after that, man, Jack the Ripper just tore his ass up.
Yeah, no, he looked great, and I mean, there's nothing more you could ask for him. And it's just like, what's going to be next for him? Who does he go to next? They're talking about what?
Stevenson. He called out Adonis Stevenson. So I would like to see that, but it seems like Adonis don't want to fight anybody.
Yeah, Adonis over there has a
title for that green belt
and just fighting. But Adonis did come out and say he accepted his challenge, but he always says that.
Yeah,
he always says he accepts everybody's challenge, but he's not in the ring.
Superman, baby. Yeah, baby.
The only reason that this fight could happen though is, PBC. No, they're both under PBC.
Right.
So, it can happen. Maybe it'll be a Showtime fight.
Uh-huh.
And Showtime, they're both on Showtime, and Showtime's looking for fights to keep, to keep their buyers. So, it could be, and that's something that I'd want to see.
Round 3, we're going to talk about the second fight.
The other fight of the night.
The other fight. The Ugly Sister.
The ones that some fans or some people said the real boxing.
Yeah, Cotto Vs Kamegai. Do you see the numbers?
I haven't seen the numbers yet. I tried to find them the other day.
The numbers are up. So it peaked at 105,000.
Average 730,000. I think it benefited from the Mayweather-McGregor fight being pushed back.
Right.
Because it had to be pushed back because this fight went on before that fight. I think it was around like the same time Tank Davis was fighting. And it ended before the fight even started. Because, it did well. Because, Cotto does draw well on HBO. And, I think it did better than I thought it was going to do. I didn't think it was going to get that many views. Just for the fact that it was going up against the Mayweather McGregor fight, and everybody was having a party for that, or they were going to a bar for it. There were so many things going on. This fight kind of...
what wasn't going on during that fight? No fucking defense.
No, yeah, no.
Cotto was getting tagged at will. Kamegai was getting tagged at will. I'm just saying.
It was an entertaining fight, but...
It was entertaining, but it wasn't no defense. It was just... People just, man, that shit. I don't know, like, you could be fooled by all that shit. But Cotto, he talked about he wants a big name. He's not going to be able to beat Canelo in the rematch. The Charlo at 160.
Well, he says he was talking about David Lemieux in December.
He can't.
For his last fight.
Lemieux would knock him out.
I think Lemieux would knock him out.
Lemieux would knock him out.
Because I seen Kamegai.
Because Kamegai don't have no power.
Yeah,
no power.
And I'm like, and he didn't end Kamegai. And he was hitting them with with some good shots too.
No power.
He's not going to be able to knock out David Lemieux. So his only chance is to outpoint David Lemieux.
Daniel Jacobs to beat him. His best bet is going...
Well, he was also talking about the Canelo Triple G winner. And Triple G...
Oh, my God.
No matter what, if Canelo wins, let's say Canelo beats him, he's not going to beat Canelo in the rematch. Cotto won't beat Canelo. If Canelo beats Triple G and Cotto wants to fight him, he's not going to be able to beat him. And if Triple G beats Canelo, Cotto doesn't have a shot either. What does Cotto do?
His best bet is just to stay at 54... Maybe get a fight with Lara, Demetrius, Andre, Jared Hurd, Liam Smith. Julian J. Rock Williams. His best bet is out of those because at 160 he's getting knocked out. I don't see.
Well, he wants one more fight and that's it. He just wants one fight and that's it. So
well, he's gonna get knocked out
so,
if it's anybody at 160. Because all those guys got power. Jacobs is a hard puncher. Lemieux's a hard puncher. Canelo and Triple G, they're hard punchers.
Why doesn't he just move up and fight Chavez Jr.? Drain Chavez Jr. again. Drain him again. Cool. You know, those are two big names. He can end it, get some money, get a nice paycheck.
Long as Chavez get paid, I'm pretty sure he'll take that.
Yeah,
and
he'll drain himself again.
But hey,
it'll look like a.
But if Chavez Jr. hit Cotto with some of his punches, Kamegai.
Yeah, but that's if Chavez Jr. can, because if they have to meet somewhere, it's gonna look like the Canelo Chavez Jr. fight where Chavez Jr. was so drained day of the fight, can't really do anything.
And they can sell the whole Mexico Puerto Rico
thing, and it's still a name, Chavez Jr. trying to revitalize his career. Cotto, it's his last fight, you know, and HBO worked with them, and he wants pay-per-view. He wants that big paycheck. I mean, you could do that in Madison Square Garden during Puerto Rican Parade a week, and